Hello, Isabel here, your academic liaison librarian, and today I'm going to be talking about how to find information to research your client project. So all the databases that I'm going to talk about here are available through your course resource help page, so you can follow the link on the slides or find it through the library homepage. We'll start with where you can find information on your target market. So Mintel has some useful information. Under demographics, which is one of the tabs next to the search bar, there's a demographic group for women. You can then find reports on women's hair care and skin care and shorter insight pieces as well. I've been through with you before how to navigate different Mintel reports, but there's some notes here on the slides to remind you of some of the features that Mintel has got. Also, it's worth having a look at the trend drivers menu on the Mintel homepage, because there's some kind of key trends that span across product categories but might be relevant for your work. If you want to go a bit further finding information on your target market, you can try Passport. So there's a link in the slides to a blog post that shows you how to find consumer lifestyles information. So you can find reports on consumer values, consumer types in particular countries, and you can also find statistics based on survey data. And some of these are more about values, like this one. I feel I can make a difference to the world through my choices and actions. You can see, for example, how that value changes across age groups, over time, and by different countries. In terms of academic sources, I think Emerald seems to have better coverage of this particular topic compared to Business Source Complete. The Emerald Advanced Search allows you to put in combinations of keywords and filter according to date, for example. So in this case, I've suggested a few alternative keywords and put the word "or" between them. It needs to be in capitals, and that will then search for any source with word 1 or word 2 or word 3 or word 4. You'll obviously be focusing on one of the subcategories, so you might narrow that down a little bit for your own research. But then in some of the other search bars, I've also used alternative terms like women or feminine, trend or forecast. And I've also used not search, so I've excluded men or masculine. So that takes out reports that relate, for example, to men's grooming. And I just, through a bit of experimentation, found that that was helpful to try and narrow it down to your specific product category. Other overarching trends, as I mentioned at the beginning, might be relevant here. So you're trying to forecast what will be important to consumers in coming years. I'm sure you'll have some general awareness of these trends anyway, but you can search specifically for articles on those to try and back up what you're saying with some academic research. So Business Source Complete is a starting point for this. You can also, on Business Source, click the Choose Databases feature just above the search bar, and you can select a search across multiple databases in the EBSCO family at the same time. So because these are quite multidisciplinary trends, you might also want to consider searching, for example, Academic Search Complete, which is a very broad database across lots of different subjects, PsycInfo for psychology, communication might also be helpful. So try searching across some of those databases. I found that the word femvertising came up quite often, so in a sort of critical way of advertising specifically aimed at women. So that might be another search term that you could try. When you're looking for information on competitors, Marketline is a really good place to look. The Marketline reports are more focused on the business rather than the consumer side, unlike Mintel, which is the other way around. So you can run an industry search on a particular topic. You can then, once you get to the search results page, narrow it down a bit further. So you'll see on the left there are some sector filters, and you can be quite specific with these. So under consumer goods, there's cosmetics and toiletries, and then there are more subcategories underneath that. So depending on the area that you're looking at, you can narrow it down in that way. And because you're focusing on the UK market, I would also use the geography filter to narrow that down to the UK. Look out for the 5 forces analysis within the industry reports, because that tells you a bit about the competitive landscape. And you can also use the companies tab in Marketline to look for specific companies. You might have done this before for some of your other assignments, and remember that for quite a lot of major multinational enterprises, there's a SWOT analysis there. So L'Oreal, for example, has a SWOT analysis for the parent company. Remember that that's looking at all product categories, but it's still quite useful to get an idea of that brand's position. And there are a few theme reports also that might be relevant to your topic, again talking about those sort of overarching trends. A couple of other suggestions. WARC, World Advertising Research Council, is very good for campaign case studies. So it can give you a bit of inspiration, and you can have a look for L'Oreal specifically to have a look at their past campaigns and learn a bit about their marketing strategies. We've also got Factiva, which is a huge database of news articles that will have articles about the brand. I always say that the free text search on Factiva can be a bit random, so I would use the company search on the home page. If you just expand the company menu, it will give you a search bar. You can look for L'Oreal. It will offer L'Oreal SA, which is the parent company, and then you can find all of the articles written in the press worldwide about that brand. A quick word about referencing. Use Cite Them Right to help you with referencing, because that is what the Brooks Harvard style is based on. So the advice on there will be exactly right for the version of Harvard that we use in the business school. Things like Mintel and Marketline reports, you can find a template for that citation and reference under research, reports, and then market research reports from online databases. If you need any more help, do get in touch with me. You can email me via businesslibrarians@brooks.ac.uk. We're also doing virtual drop-ins on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday lunchtimes, so you can follow the Zoom link there for those. Good luck with your assignment. I hope it goes well.